Welcome back. Today we have a real simple job to do in the shop. We are going to be installing running boards on this car. Now it took me about 10 times longer than I would thought to install this one. So I'll show you what I have to do on the other side. I bolted the other one onto the car and realized very quickly before I tightened everything up that you could not open the doors. The height over here is a lot taller on these Repro ones. So in order to get it fit, I have to roll this back and trim about 1/8 of an inch off. I'll take a measurement on the scraps and see what I'm gonna have to do on this side. All of the hardware clips inside were all rattling and loose. So before I even attempted to put this one on, the other one on the car, I siliconed them to hold them in place and even ran a small bead in some spots just to keep this from jiggling around. The original ones were beyond repair and all the trim is flattened out on. There's a lot of rust underneath. They're really, they're ready for the trash, but obviously they were made much better. These I don't think were original. They were replaced at one point, but they're still of a better quality than the new replacement ones are, unfortunately. It's more like a 1/4 inch that I trimmed off of these, so I'm going to do the same with these just off the bat to get started. If it needs more, it needs more. Just fold that little lip back and start hacking away. A little paint on the bare edge to prevent any rust. Touch up some of the crappy paint that's on here already too. There we go. I had a broken off bolt here that I had to drill out and retap. The rest of these came out relatively easy. I'm going to put some penetrating oil on them. I'm going to run a tap in them just to make sure they're good. And the bolts are going to get a little bit of anti-seize on them, so I know that they'll never rust in again. Okay, our paint is dry. Just hold it up here and see how it fits. And I have a feeling it's not going to fit. So we're down low enough against the car, and the door is close. Oop, we're heading over there. Front needs to come down a little bit more. Could be the rubber that's not folded over well over here in my way. But the next issue is going to be now, the slots for the holes are not low enough. So now I'm going to have to go in and open these up more with a rotary file, an air grinder, and make the holes, slots a little bit deeper, because right now we're probably halfway through the bolt. So I've got to grind that up and then try to refit it again. Let's see if the front needs a little more trimming. I might take a little bit off this section. Use a die grinder with a rotary file to enlarge these holes down a little bit. I did it on all of them. I'll check the fit again, see if we need to grind some more or grind over in one or another direction. Bolts are snug. We still need a lot of the weather strip is rubbing a little bit. That's okay. But push down in the center here a little bit more, and we'll tighten these up, and we should be good. Okay, all done. What takes 10 minutes to take off takes more than an hour to put back on, with a lot of cutting, grinding, and bending. So if you can do this at home yourself, be patient and try to have fun. Thanks for watching, and tune in next time.
Rust Belt American Junk, General Motors, which interestingly isn't the first one on my list that I have in front of me, but that's fine. I believe we're going for the Saturn Tiki Bar?
Yes,
Yes.
and the crowd goes wild. Woohoo!
Very poor photos that were sent in, but someone had a Saturn and made it into a tiki bar, because why wouldn't you make your Saturn into a tiki bar? And this is actually the first time I've seen the video where it actually moves under its own power, so that's even extra points. But
So
a Saturn tiki bar.
If you have a bad car and bad photos, you can still win if you just make it into a tiki bar.
Pretty much, because tiki bar kind of trumps all. I mean,
Yeah.